Hi everyone. So I did one this morning, but I'm going to do this one because I just want to change it a little bit. So I went for a walk today. Hello, welcome to All Four Queens 555. Don't really know where my channel is or who sees it. I think there's only certain people that are allowed to see it because everybody else is trying to copy me and they're trying to block my channel. So I went for a walk this morning and I've never seen so many cars come at me all in one go. They just come from anywhere, and it's really weird because the energy that they're putting out is like fear, frustration, and I would say overwhelmed, because it's heavy energy. And I'm obviously walking. Because I don't have a car, because obviously they came from a car, not once but twice. I walked into the main town, and it's quite a long walk, but it was good because I transmuted, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Yesterday, it was Monday, and it's Tuesday the 10th today. I've never seen so many people check into a hotel that's off the beaten track. It's not really the sort of hotel that you'd probably stay in when there's a real nice one over there. And I've never seen so many people check in for a couple of nights with those really big suitcases that you go on holiday with for 2 weeks. It's the most surreal thing I've ever experienced. And also the amount of, obviously I've got the fan on because I'm a lady of a certain age, but I've never seen so much dense energy in one room. I had to throw the banana away in the end. I wanted to see how dark it would get, and it was like mush this morning. But I've never seen so much bad energy. And then obviously in the bathroom there's like sound frequency, so obviously sometimes I have to have the white noise on. But obviously I say thank you to my skin, but actually some of it probably is their hocus pocus, but I actually think most of it is technology. The amount of technology they're throwing at me, and this is just like illegal, unethical practices against one person, and people in authority know. So what's the purpose? And then blocking me from working and everything. I don't think people understand how energy works, because what you do to one is going to come back to you. Or maybe they do understand how it works, I don't know. And obviously I have a special fan that they give me, so I'm assuming there's a camera in the fan. There's a camera in the fire alarm, as always. Obviously sometimes before it was like, I didn't sometimes like going out of the room, because obviously I know they access the rooms, they just completely bypass my privacy and my human rights. So yeah, watch me 24/7. But who said? So I haven't consented to any of that. So who said? Watch my money, watching my bank account. And obviously they were helping themselves to my bank account, which obviously I still need to sort out, and they were adding to my credit cards. Who said? Who makes that decision? Because I'd be interested to know. So yeah, so my skin and like my eyebrows going white and stuff, I don't necessarily think it's their hocus pocus. I think it's actually their technology, and the amount of people that turn up with all these like special bags and stuff. Interesting. But what's the purpose? What, they're testing me through God or something? And who decided that this could be done? Interesting, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going to do another one in a minute. I'm going to do one about post office. So yeah, honestly, so I suppose because they're doing so much work in the room, I'm going to have to move again shortly, because they are still blocking me from working. But again, I just see it as energy going back. What you do to me will be your reality, because that's what you're manifesting. So I just send you peace, healing and harmony. But if you're going to do that to a person, then just be mindful that it's energy, and we reap what we sow. So whatever technology and things people are doing to me, it's going to manifest in probably a different way. So just be mindful, really, more than anything. And I did say that in the very beginning. And then trying to attach entities and things to me. I mean, again, who said? I'm blocking my channel so that other people can steal my content. Who said? And what is the fear? That's what I want to understand, because it's obviously everyone's operating out of some sort of fear. Not one person has spoken to me, but someone's operating out of some sort of fear. And then to take my cars away, I mean, that, you know. And then somebody said, I think I mentioned it on the other one, somebody sent me a recording on like the adverts on the YouTube. And it was something, it said something international, you. And then the actual recording was me in my car doing, you know, riding up and down when I was being gang stalked by a load of other cars. And then the actual recording was people in a pub watching it, laughing. So how many people actually record somebody being abused and gang stalked and actually get people to pay for it and actually create their own evidence? This is the level of people that we're operating with, I guess. And then obviously just completely disregarding my privacy and my human rights, as though like they have every right to do so. And bear in mind, I've already reported it, but obviously it appears that what I reported wasn't serious enough, whereas obviously it was, hence why I called judgment. And so whoever called judgment on me, ask yourself a question. If you dance with the devil, you don't really have authority to be calling judgment on me, not karmic judgment anyway. So interesting. And I've obviously got somebody who follows me everywhere because they're making so much noise now, so they're prepping for their ritual, whatever it is they do. And what's interesting is the hotels must be in on it, because the previous hotel, they're having loads of refit, which is, you know, quite normal to the naked eye, but obviously new carpets and stuff. But some of the rooms, because I can see, had blood all over them anyway, so I'm not surprised they changed some of the carpets. And the room they wanted to put me in the previous one was the room that Indian lady had been in, and she was doing all sorts of stuff in there. And that apparently was the special room that they got for me. Interesting, isn't it? But I mean, obviously this is a spiritual channel, so, you know, if you're not quite sure what I'm talking about, then maybe it's not for you. But, you know, people do use the dark side of spirituality as well as the light side of spirituality. But one thing I'm going to say to you, for those that obviously understand, practitioners will understand, well, I hope they do, there is light and dark. Genesis, he didn't say let there be dark, he said Genesis, let there be light and let there be dark. I will call light day and the dark night. So let's stick with that one for a minute. When people do things in the dark, they don't have justice, and judgment will always be in the light. So if you dance in the dark, you can't call judgment on somebody. And not only that, you can't if your rank isn't there anyway. And from what I'm seeing a lot of people run round. They've not cleared any karma, they're just adding more karma. So they've not really graded past a page, no matter how old they are. Because they haven't learnt any lessons. They haven't gone from page to knight to queen. They haven't learnt any lessons. So they wouldn't have the rank spiritually to call judgment. But what they are doing is racking up a lot of karma. Even your mad scientists and people that stole my DNA, because I didn't give consent for that, as I've said in some of the earlier ones. So it's just interesting that there was all these people turning up with these big suitcases that they look like they're going on holiday for 2 weeks, but they come for a couple of days. And all they do is whatever they're doing. But wouldn't it just be easier to have a conversation rather than throwing all this stuff out? And from a healing perspective, the person that keeps trying to get into my energy to steal my sacral chakra, I'm going to say to you now, Jesus didn't hand out his sacral chakra to heal people. So as a natural healer, healing comes from being present. So whoever blocked my coaching business would have healed people, not only help them find the solution for their problem, but also being in my presence heals, because that's how it works. So you don't heal by stealing someone's energy. It's not how it works, and you won't manifest off it anyway, because you've got no energy yourself. So the best way to get energy is to actually have a two-way. But if you're an energy expert, you'd know that. But I'd like to know who's got authorization to bypass my human rights and my privacy and be throwing loads of things at me and attacking me with lots of technology. And how do all these people know when I'm walking? What is it? Was I injected with something or something? How do they know where I am? Because everyone seems to know, and then they get the phones out straight away. What is it? Food for thought, isn't it? Anyway, I'm gonna go. Yeah, but some of this I don't actually think, and some of the aging stuff I don't. Some of it might be the app, but I think some of it is the amount of technology that they're throwing at me. It's a lot of technology, and I have a lot of bruises as well. So they're either trying to really harm me in some way, and I would say that that's probably because there's some money involved in it somewhere. Hence the next one I'm going to do about the post, because obviously they take the post, they reassign the post somewhere else. I don't get any they filter the text messages now. The voicemails, they filter the voice messages. I don't get any post. Phone calls are filtered, and whenever I make a phone call, that's filtered. Interesting, isn't it? And they're constantly watching my money, because obviously they were helping themselves to try and drain it. They blocked me getting refunds back from certain things, because they actually wanted me to have nothing. Blocking me from working, blocking the channel. Who? And what's the big fear? That's what my biggest interest is. What's the fear management? What's the biggest fear? Because obviously everyone's operating out of some sort of fear, because that's how the devil works, isn't it? He incites fear. He doesn't have faith, he incites fear. So it'd be interesting to know what people are fearing. And that one, I'm going to love yous and leave yous, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.